Hey, I'm Caitlin from Feral Notions, and I want to tell you about my 3 big business goals for the new year. So, I have a craft supply business. I make cute quilting rollers and sewing notions, and I sell craft kits, and I just ventured into digital patterns. Um, and it has been about 3 years that I've been in business, and last year was the first year I was able to do it full time. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But I wanted to go more in depth about 3 of the things I'm going to do this year to really take off. So, the first thing I really want to do is expand my wholesale. So, I sell wholesale through Fair Marketplace, Faire. It's like Etsy, but wholesale for little boutiques and stuff. And I sell on there, and I have run about like 80 retailers that stock my stuff consistently, but I want to increase it. So this past year, it made up about a third of my revenue, and I would like to bring that up to more like 50-50. Wholesale orders tend to be a larger order volume, and they tend to be repeat buyers, so I can really like foster that relationship with them. My average order value for wholesale is about $233. So that's huge. I can just do 2 or 3 wholesale orders, which would equal like 8 to 10 regular Shopify orders. So, how Fair works is that if you bring the customer to Fair, like they click my link and it brings them to Fair, I don't have to pay any commission to Fair. But if they find me through Fair Marketplace, like they're searching and that's how they discover my products, then I pay Fair a 15% commission. And so I would really like to be the one bringing that business in rather than just being discovered there on that platform. And then I wanted to compare um, direct wholesale versus using a distributor. So in the sewing industry, there are a couple main big distributors. These are companies that sewing shops get with, and they order fabric lines and supplies and notions from them, and they fill it direct. They take a bigger chunk than Fair does, so it's about like a 30% chunk of that wholesale price. So it is much narrower margin. I love my distributor that I use, which is E.E. Shank. They're locally owned. They're based out of Portland. And I just really enjoyed the team. I got to hang out with them and meet them at a conference last year. And I really like working with them. And they provide like pretty regular large orders, like maybe $700 to $1,000 order about every month. And that's huge. And I really love that. But it would be nice to not be paying that money to them. But of course, I'm going to keep working with them, and I really value my relationships with them. So I was really comparing getting with other distributors versus focusing more on my own wholesale outreach. So other distributors would be like Checkers is a big one, Moda, there's Hantex, I believe, which is British. I'm sure there's other ones around the world. And I was kind of like, well, do I want to focus on, individual shop orders versus working a distributor, and then they can handle all of that individual shop stuff? And I just really enjoy developing those relationships with the actual shop owners themselves. So I'm going to focus my energy there. And that means I'm going to have to cold email people. So find shops and email them or message them on Instagram and reach out directly and kind of pitch them, which is terrifying, but I need to do it. I can do it. If I believe in my products, there shouldn't be a problem selling them, right? So that's my goal. I am working on a wholesale catalog right now. So just a nice glossy thing that I can send them a link to. when I cold email them so they can check out my stuff. And then hopefully they can use my Fair Direct link and then order from there. Okay, the next goal I have for 2026 is a bummer one. I have to raise my prices. So there's just about 6 items that I need to raise prices on. I've been putting it off for a long time. It just needs to happen with tariffs and inflation. I'm kind of behind. So I'm going to raise prices a couple bucks on a few things. So how I work is I buy, most of my products are laser cut from acrylic, right? And so I buy huge giant sheets of acrylic. They're about 2 by 4 feet, sometimes larger, from factories that make them in China. And while I would love to buy from American factories, those don't exist. We don't have that kind of production here. So I do have to go overseas, and with tariffs on China, it's just gotten more expensive. So it's been a long time coming. I just have to do it. The most important thing, though, is with the rollout of that, I have to give my retailers plenty of notice so that they can raise the prices on their website. And I've given them like a few weeks notice so that they can order at the old price now if they want to. And that few weeks includes Fair Marketplace, where I'm doing a discount deal, which is January 21st through 23rd. And it's like an online trade show kind of. We just, across Fair, people put discounts on their stuff, and Fair matches it to a certain amount, I believe up to 5%. They match it. So with that long amount of notice that I'm giving people, they have enough time to order from me at the old price, buy at a discount, and change their pricing if they have my stuff online on their website or in store. So it's a bummer, but it has to be done. Okay, my last big goal for 2026 is revamping my labels. So this is a continuing process, kind of started last year. I want my labels to be cohesive together and be instantly recognizable as a Farrell product, and I need them to be professional looking. So I thought it would be fun to kind of take a walk through memory lane and look at what my product labels have looked like over the years. And this is probably going to be embarrassing. So here's the first one ever. For the first product I ever did, which was a 4.5-inch square, which is now discontinued. It's been replaced by the Charm Square ruler. And it's so bad. It's just the white background, the huge brand name, tiny product name, no info about it, the clip art. I hate it. It's really bad. Okay, next is this one, this seam gauge label. And the last one was with my old brand name. I changed it about 2 years ago. It was a whole thing, but it's changed from Whip Stitch Handmade, which was just my Instagram handle, to Feral Notions, which I feel like fits it better. And so this was my next iteration, which still huge brand name. These are fold over labels, so they're meant to be folded over, obviously. And my inspiration for this was like an 80s diet soda can look. And I don't know if I got there, but it's an improvement, I guess. Kind of looks like candy. All right, and then here is a current product label that I've done. This is my thread cutter label. It's pretty minimal, and it has facts about it. There's a little bit of visual interest. I wanted to include the rotary blade on this so that people would understand you add a rotary blade to the thread cutter to make it work, and have a much smaller logo. It's better. We're getting there. And then here's one more current one. The fish binding spool. Yeah, I like this one. It's cute with the fish behind it. Didn't want to make it too tinned fish because, I'm ordering 1,000 of these. They have to be able to last like a couple years beyond the trend of tinned fish. So just went with like some mackerel, I think, and it looks good. And then here's what I'm working on for my newer ruler labels. Still very much in beginning stages, but you can see pretty chill. A little bit of interest with the grid pattern behind it, but really, I choose my fonts because I kind of want it to remind you of a Delia's catalog from the early 2000s or like a 17 magazine. And yeah, the back has space for a barcode. There's the little logos for where to find me on social media and stuff. And we've got the new logo in there. So that is a process. I'm hoping to get those ordered in the next month or two so that I can order 1 billion of them and use them for the next few years. But, you always have to be really careful because I'm placing an order for like thousands, and I am going to have a couple people just like spell check this and view it over because, man, it would be embarrassing to have a mistake on there. So those are my 3 big business goals for 2026. Let me know what you think. I'm excited to keep growing and get going. We're just moving forward, and hopefully I will be making more money and be able to bring on more of a full-time help and be in more shops. So like and subscribe.